Mohammed Amin, what was the title of our lesson today?
It is 1.2 order of operation.
And now, according to the I can statement, what should you all be able to do at this point? What should you all be able to do, Dakota?
I can order and wait. I can do orders of operation.
I can do order of operations. In other words, I can solve problems using order of operations. So we had 3 key vocab words: expression, equation, and order of operations. Expression does not have an equal sign. Equation has an equal sign. And order of operations are the way you solve math problems that have more than one step. Okay? The most important thing that we learned probably so far this year in this class is PEMDAS. PEMDAS is the way that we're going to remember the order in which we solve problems using order of operations. If a problem has parentheses, you do it first. If it doesn't have parentheses, you skip to the next one. Exponents. If it doesn't have exponents, you go down to multiplication. Division, addition, subtraction. The key thing to remember about multiplication and division, though, is they're in love. Someone explain to me, what does it mean when we say multiplication and addition are in love? What does that mean, Muhammad Amin? Or Abdullahi?
It means they're in love. They can't choose who's first, but it has to be left to right.
Okay, so multiplication and division are in love. They're like equal. So when you have a problem like 3 times 2 divided by 3, they can't decide which one goes first. Even though multiplication comes first and division comes second, we do the one that comes first. In this case, it would be multiplication, right?
Yeah.
But if we have a problem like 3 divided by 3 times 2, again, we have multiplication and division. But since division comes first in the problem, you do division first, right?
Yep.
So they're in love, meaning whichever one comes first goes first. Just like a couple that's in love always wants the other one to be first. They always put the other person in front of them. In this case, they always put the other operation in front of them. Yes, no?
Yep.
Yeah.
So addition and subtraction, we won't go into the very long explanation, but it's the same thing. They are 2 in love. And they too will let the one that comes first in the problem be solved first. Yes, no?
Yeah.
Okay. And then number 5 and number 6, and I think some of you have number 7, which might be a little bit different. We solved using order of operations, and we do one step at a time. So if you have a problem like 4 minus 2 plus 3, we do the first step. In this case, the first step was 4 minus 2 opposite. And we wrote down the number 2. And then we rewrote the rest of the problem. And then we solved. 2 plus 3 is 5. You all know, boxed it. Order of operations work. If you were to actually put a triangle around it, it would be an upside down triangle, which looks like a piece of pizza. I'm going to scroll all the way down to number 7. Same thing. We solved one step at a time. If I were to put a triangle around it, it would look like a piece of pizza because you're eliminating one operation every single time you go to a new line. Yes or no?
Yes.
So when you're doing your homework, I would expect you to do one operation at a time, and I would expect your number sentences to get smaller and smaller and smaller until you get your final answer, which you'll box, Mrs. Euclid.
But what if I really don't want to do that? What if I just want to do the answer?
If you just want to get the answer, you will probably, hopefully get that right, but you'll get the rest of the problem wrong. So in a problem like this is worth a point, this is worth a second point, this is worth a third point. If you just gave me the answer as -4, you would get 1 out of 3, which is 33%, which is an F. So if you don't show your steps, you don't get credit for everything. Make sense?
Yeah.
Anything else?
No.
Nope, we don't yet shout out. If you have a hand, raise it. If there's something else you want to say, you raise your hand. Again, this is our part of our growing up. Is there anything else? Catherine, did you have a question?
Do negative numbers work the same for addition?
Correct. Negative numbers work the same. Great question, Catherine, and thank you for raising your hand. Anybody else?